Hiya. Guys, again, this is Justin Pontarelli, and other than a little hiking, I don't know, just want to get stuff off my mind, I suppose. Maybe share my thoughts with you, if that's what you, if that's okay with you guys. Right now I'm approaching, or actually I'm already alongside, I want to say Whitehaven Memorial Cemetery in Pittsford, New York. Again, this is very close to where I live, and for those of you who have been watching me for much longer than this, you'll know that I wasn't living here before. So not to give you guys like an annoying bit of backstory, but there it is anyway for those of you who are relatively new to the channel, and also those of you who are thinking to yourself, where has this guy been? I want more pirates. And whatever, right? So I guess to preface the video properly, I've been distracted, I guess, for lack of better terminology. So that's the honest answer so far. And again, I'm still going to use the excuse that it's been hot out, because it has been hot out. It's been a very hot summer, and so what I do is I wake up, right, and I roll out of bed at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 1:30 in the afternoon, because I'm a night owl. So sometimes, guys, if you see a video from me, chances are I recorded it at night. Okay, so yeah, so I'll eat, you know, maybe I'll take care of my pets, hold them for a while, make sure they get fed. Just this morning, for example, I cleaned their tank out. It was overdue. I admit that for a fact. Anyway, before I continue jabbering, here's the entrance to the park. Or realistic, well, not the entrance, it's just the sign. So there you go, Whitehaven Memorial Park, but in reality you would really want to call it Whitehaven Memorial Cemetery. Okay, because that's really what it is. This is the same cemetery that the Fountain of Life video was made from, whatever. Again, I'll show you that real quick. And after that, I gotta pause the video and find a place to retie my shoes. You ever get like those shoes that have like ultra slippy shoelaces, where they simply don't want to like hold together? I have those kind of shoes and those kind of shoelaces, the default laces. In reality, I should probably get out my I actually do have a spare set. I should probably get them out. I keep forgetting about that kind of stuff. I have all these extra things laying around in my room, kind of like saved up for like a rainy day, and then I never get to use them. Probably because I forget to. Anyway, I keep forgetting about that. So here we are. Let me just flip the camera again. So since I'm walking and talking, I tend to tilt the camera down. You guys can't see that, can you? So here we are. Welcome to Whitehaven Memorial Park. Chapel, maintenance building, recreational trails, Creation Chapel, I guess. Gold Star Families Memorial, Korean War Memorial, Nature Trails, office and mausoleums open. They were closed before. Now they're open again. So yeah, it's a cemetery. Maybe you can see the little flowers on the ground, guys. See the little things on the ground? They're flowers. I think it's pretty cool right there. Little fountain type of flowing waterfall thing. It's pretty neat. I don't see any funerals going on at the moment, so I should be okay to talk a bit without offending anyone. I do want to be respectful. It is a cemetery, you know. Got my hiking stick, as you can also tell probably by my shadow. See it to the right on the ground? That's me. In case y'all are interested, maybe you noticed it, maybe you didn't, maybe you don't care. Oops, the sun's on my way. I did shave at least my mustache off, and I trimmed my beard up a little on the bottom near of my mouth. Better this way, no glare, right? Shoot. All right, so there's tombstones everywhere on the side of this path going to the fountain. See? They've got to clean some of them off. They got the grass on them. Like right here, for example. So someone's wife. She lived 1895 to 1964. I lived near cemeteries before, but I never got to walk around to them because I never really had any reason to. So guys, this was the from the Fountain of Life video. I know if you're not a Christian, it might not mean anything to you guys, so I'm going to skip because it's in another video anyway. So if you want to see that, you can scavenge around and find it. It's kind of pretty. It needs to be maintained though, because it's growing some algae on the bottom, or maybe that's just, I'm not sure what that is on the bottom. It's not a coin wishing well though, so no coins. It's really pretty though. I've never actually walked through it, so I'm gonna just walk through it this time. I'm guessing these are for future grave sites. Maybe for people that donate. Yeah, in fact, here's one right here. Look at that, I was right. So there you go, John Jay, 1933, 2017. So he went recently. Alice is already there next to him, December 12th, 1938 through, you know, there's space there for her, I guess. I always find it kind of sad and depressing, you know, we live, and some of us plan on, I mean, we know we're going to die eventually, but planning on it ahead of time is like, I don't know, it's almost morbid in my opinion, but that's up to me. That's my opinion, right? Being morbid, that it's morbid to plan for your death. But I guess that's kind of what's been on my mind recently. I'll get to that later. Guys, just generally I wanted to, you know, touch base with you guys to let you know I'm not gone. The rumors of my demise were greatly exaggerated. You're thinking, what rumors? I know, that was a joke. There's no rumors. No rumors. Just me being stupid. And having basically like a little mini vacation. Not from you guys, but from, I guess, anything, really. Generally speaking, I've been maybe a little depressed, and I don't know, I just want to make sure that the ministry work part of my channel isn't is accurate, you know. I am a believer, as most of you probably are already aware. Those of you who are new to my channel might not know, so I'll just say it bluntly. I'm a Christian, and I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And I'm not a perfect Christian. I'm not a perfect individual. I can be slightly selfish and self-centered. I'm lustful, arrogant. I have a bit of a temper. Not that I've ever you know, physically hit a woman before, but I've hit a friend before. You guys want to hear that story? Yeah, why not? It's fun. Fun for you guys maybe, right? I guess that's the point though. So, great guy. I'm not going to give you his name, but good friend, great guy. In fact, he visited me a couple times when I was in the hospital after having a seizure. And I remember I was probably supposed to be, you know, totally unconscious, but suddenly I was kind of semi-conscious, and I remember feeling really, really messed up, like in a very bad form of La La Land, you know? And my vision was very, very cloudy, and I'm thinking maybe it's just because my glasses are on my face, and then I'm like, no, it's not that. Even without my glasses on, I can see colors and shapes, you know? I could barely see anything. It was like I was looking through a cloud. And I'm trying to call to someone, and then I hear my friend. I didn't even know if I could feel his touch, because I think he might have tried to grab my hand or something. Maybe I felt it, maybe I didn't. I can't even remember, but I don't think I did. It's only a great guy, only just established that first. Okay, but back a long time ago when we were still hashing out our friendship, you know, the guy, you know, he's got ADHD. He doesn't always think things through. You know, I'm gonna put my camera down, guys. Yeah, no, they don't care. Someone's driving past. I don't want people to think I'm like, you know, filming. Sometimes people might get a little upset about that in a cemetery. Not that anyone's rights are being infringed upon, right? Or privacy. Try not to do that, right? So a good friend of mine has ADHD, and he would do things sometimes to purposely get a reaction out of me. And I had this hat, I still do. It's a very sturdy, very good winter hat. Little black hat. And especially in the wintertime, because my hair gets long and I let it grow long, I would put my hat on it, you know, in the wintertime, to keep my head warm and to keep my hair kind of drawn back so it's not dropping into my face. And I would wear it all over the place, especially during the winter time. Then finally it would, you know, progress into spring, and eventually I just take it off altogether. So here I am with my hat on, and suddenly he just kind of randomly grabs it off my head, and I got kind of angry about it, and I lost my temper. So at this point, it's in my hand. I have my hat in my hand, and I basically tell him, hey, tell you what, take it again, I dare you. In fact, better yet. And I threw it at him and said, there you go. Now you got my hat. Guess what? I punched him as hard as I could in the back. I've never done it again. And after that, though, he learned to never touch my hat again either. So, not to laugh about it. And not to suggest that it's okay, because it's not okay. You know? It's not okay. Anyway, I forgot where I was with this whole thing. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a good Christian. You know, I'm really not. So, what's this got to do with hiking? Well, not much. I'll be honest, not much. So part of the reason, though, that I haven't been online making videos is because I've been really focused on trying to figure out if my beliefs are accurate. And even if they are, should I even be teaching them, considering some of the stuff I've looked up online and seen? So, if you're a Christian, you're probably very familiar with the concept of a rapture. The idea that when Christ returns, he gathers up all of his people, you know, or maybe at least the ones that have been doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because, you know, the older I get, the more I realize that even within mainstream Christianity, there are tons and tons of people with slightly differing and even majorly differing viewpoints. So guys, right now, so I don't take up too much time, I'm going to pause the recording, tighten up my laces, and I'm going to try to find a good entrance to the trails. So I'll see you soon. All right, we're back, or I'm back, I guess. So laces are tied, and I'm actually walking along another section of the cemetery. I'm in way in the back of the cemetery. There's almost no tombstones or anything, or grave markers around here for quite a ways. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be looking for like a backstretch section that goes into the like another section of trails. In reality, they're all actually separate segments. Okay, I think they were designed as non-connecting segments of hiking trails. And one of them even leads to like a pet cemetery. Guys, if I can show you that, I will. I'd love to show you that. I can't see how much time it's been recording for though, because it's too much glare from the sun. Guys, if you can see my shadow on the ground, look at the bottom of your screen, right? My hiking stick's going. Big old pants on. Looks like a skirt though, because it's all, you know, shadowy. They're just, see? Big old pants. Big old cargo pants. Guys, I have to keep my dog on a leash. I gotta leave the park if I don't put him on a leash. Where's my dog? I don't know. I guess he's on his own. Thankfully, if you make any messes, there are some lovely receptacles thereabouts, and if you want to wash your hands, some of these water pumps actually work. Let me just test this one for fun real quick, see if she works. Oh yeah, that works. Hard to turn off though. Didn't want to do that really. Yeah. Okay. Scary thing is my little hand, my upper body is barely strong enough to turn the thing on, let alone turn it back off. But they work, which is nice. Okay. Some of them don't, some of them do. I think they turned them on in sections, because earlier in the year I don't think that one was actually turned on, or maybe it was, I just don't remember testing it. So when I initially got here to the new house, really should say the new rental house, you know, my mom says things like, you know, my kitchen, my living room. I'm like, no, Ma, it's not yours. And that was the attitude that got us in trouble last time. The attitude that it was our house. when it was really my dad's house. And that's why we got evicted. Because we treated it like we didn't have to worry about it because it was our house, when in reality it wasn't our house. And I was no better because I was not always enthusiastic about helping clean up. So we all kind of got complacent. That goes for me too. So, guys, when I tell you these stories, I don't want you to think that any of the characters in them are bad people. Like my friend Adam. I mentioned his name, okay. Well, hell. You won't get his last name though, ha ha ha. No, but seriously, the guy that took my hat, he's actually a good guy, he's a great guy. He's got a nice soft heart. He just has ADHD, that's all. There's no crime in that. So here we are finally, 21 minutes into the video, here we are. Okay. Guys, Whitehaven Recreational Area. Okay. Stanmark's Trails. Well, Pittsford, I'm sorry, but I don't like to do that. Watch for ticks. Got it. Alright. Because I got myself all oiled up with some essential oils that are apparently known to repel insects and ticks. Guys, last time I was here, or no, the time before last, I got temporarily lost on my favorite little hill mountain thing. More like an island, because if the water climbed high enough, you'd be on a little gigantic hill surrounded by trees and water. With one exception. There's an area where you can transfer from itself to another area. And already the horseflies are trying to bite me and land on me. But I do have some stuff on my head, so I'm hoping that the stuff on my head will also repel horseflies. A little bit of citronella in my hair, so that should help a lot. I guess that's like the main oil that repels the bugs. I don't feel anything up there, so I should be okay. So what I'm doing right now, because I got lost before, what I was trying to find before was the side trail that leads from the top of this hill, like this really tall hill, with really steep sides to it. So basically, other than the one little deer trail that leads up safely to the top, there's no other ways, like up or down the hill, minus, see the sign? There you go, we gotta go this way. There's no other ways in or out. Flip around, there you go. There's really no other ways in or out of this, from this hill, okay? There's really no other ways in and out of this hill except for this little unmarked side trail or the deer trail. So there's two deer trails, one that goes from the top of this hill to another hill, and one that goes up to the hill. Every other way down is very steep and dangerous. And I said I would show you guys the pet cemetery section, and here it is. So I'll just read it real quick. Pause for a moment to reflect upon the paw prints left on our hearts by our little and not so little animal friends. Remember the intense value of their unconditional love and devotion that we came to count on every day. Recall their smiling faces with a smile of your own, knowing they remain in our hearts forever. This memorial is dedicated to our beloved pets and to pet lovers, Fred and Mimi, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so basically they're saying these two people set it up, and there's some of the stones and markers, and you know, assumably if you ask to have your and yes, the bridge is functional, just very small. So supposedly if you ask to have your pet buried here, they'll, I don't know, maybe for a fee they do it for you, I guess. I don't know how it works. Anyway, I've always buried my pets. And since a few of you know what I have, you'll be like, you buried those? Yeah, I bury those. And the long and short of it is that I plan on burying them again. I used to bury them in the backyard of my house. But now, since I don't have a proper, it's not like I'm gonna ask permission of the landlord and have them, you know, think about that. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, guys, here we are on top of, so down that way, guys, that's a steep drop. So basically, these two sections are surrounded by sheer drop-offs, and there's a river way in the back to my left. But right now, I'm trying to find the back entrance to my favorite hill, the one I got lost on last time. So this time I can go around marking it and hopefully not get lost again. And I want to say that it's around here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look for it and we're going to find it. That's the goal. So while I'm at it, guys, I'm going to go ahead and share some of my thoughts with you about why I've been so depressed. Not that I've been like extremely depressed, but depressed enough to take into consideration that I haven't had a lot of willpower to make a lot of videos, or the energy, because I've been so hot and so sweaty and tired and stuff. Okay, this is fine, I think. I'm hoping I'm in the right section of the trail, because I'm seeing a cutoff section like right here. There's like different areas to this, to these trails, and I think most of them were not designed to be connected, but they do connect. And the off-trail section that I used to walk on was not meant to be walked on. It was not meant as a trail. It's just a side deer trail that leads to the back end of this whole thing. But there is a way into it, and that's what I'm trying to find. Okay, so let's get back to my worries and share with my audience, share with you guys, you know, a little part of my psyche and the way I think. So at this point, if you don't like to, you know, hear about Christian stuff or Christian worries or concerns or the worries of an ex-Baptist Christian, then go ahead and find another video to watch. This is not the video for you. Okay? It's just not. Alright? So, for those of you who decided to stick around, I am what they call a Christian Universalist, for those that know me. Okay? And guys, this, hold on one second. Oh, sorry, don't watch me pick my nose. It's gross. Here, watch the trees. Okay, hold on. Check this out. It's the stump. Yeah, pause that, read that if you want to. Either that's the stump, or maybe this is the stump. Okay. So, and we are really close to where I want to be to find the back end to the hill that I want to go to. Not that I don't enjoy flying through the main sections of the trail. I like that too, but I want to find the section that will lead to the hill. Of course, if I get lost again, I'd be really pissed at myself. But anyway, we're gonna find it, I think. So yeah, Christian Universalist. And if you've listened to enough of my videos, you'll remember that the general idea is that a Christian universalist, believes that the purpose of the lake of fire is to bring people to Christ. It is like God's final tool to allow him, to help him to bring people to Christ. Okay? It's kind of like a punishment of sorts and a corrective tool. Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, okay, great, what's the problem? The problem is that there are lots of people right now, lots of Christians having dreams about Christ, having dreams about the rapture, and they're predicting it as early as next month, September 2020, apparently. Why? I'm not going to try to explain it to you guys. A lot of it's over my head. A lot of it is over my head. One person asked me before, like, do a video on Revelation. I refused. Guys, it is not my area of study. Okay? The Bible talks about how people have different spiritual gifts. There will be teachers and prophets and all sorts of different people within the Christian church. Okay, guys, here's the river. Oh, never mind. Well, maybe you can see it. See that like line right there? That like greenish brownish line? There you go. Sheer cliff. Drops right down into the river. Okay, back to my oopsie. No, we're still moving, we're good. Okay. Yeah, so the cliff goes right down there into the river. So one wrong move and you're basically going to be crippled or dead. So this is a really different area compared to where I was going before. Where I used to walk before, I was not used to this kind of thing. There wasn't this type of mess. Okay. So guys, here's one of my markers. I put this, I'm going to show you real quick. On one of my previous walks, I put this stick inside this old stump. See that stick? See the stump? We're close. How close? I don't know. So, getting back to what's the problem. So these people are having these dreams and visions about Christ's return, about the rapture, about it being soon, and other people specifically say September 2020 based upon various factors. Because I cannot see the way in. It's supposed to be around here someplace. There's like a gentle sloping section of hill that should take me right into the other area that I want to be in. Most of the section here is steep and nasty. But there's a section, I think, over here that will take me right to where I want to go, where the hill kind of, they connect better at higher elevation. Okay, so but before I go find the thing that I'm looking for, what's the problem? So they're having dreams. So what? What does that change? Well, a lot of them have had visions of the lake of fire. And they say it's scary. And they say nothing about it being around for the purpose of bringing people to Christ. As far as they can tell, it's just for the purpose of punishment. That's it. So, and I believe as a Christian that if you're going to teach and preach and prophesize, you need to be accurate. If you're not accurate, you could be in trouble later. I don't want to be in trouble. Especially if Christ comes next month. Now, do I believe he will? I don't know. As a young man, I used to believe all sorts of predictions about the end of the world. People would be like, oh, it's going to be 1997 or 1993 or 2000. Or I remember one time someone had it down to like the exact hour. I remember as a kid in school watching the clock going, any second now, maybe he's a little late, any second now. 30 years later, nothing happened. You know, it's like, come on, people, really? Give me a break. I think I found the back way in. See this? See how it's kind of like bowed down here? See this? I might have done that before on another trip. See how these trees are kind of like, well, you really can't probably see it from this angle, but they're kind of like, well, maybe I'll try to show you if I can. Maybe not. Okay. Flip around. There we go. So, if it is all going to come crashing down next month, and I'm sitting around telling people don't worry about it, if you don't believe now, you can believe later. If that's the takeaway that people are getting from me, I want to correct you right now. If you're a non-believer, and if that's been your takeaway from my preaching, that's not the takeaway. The Bible does say now is the time for salvation. Why? Because why wait? Because I do believe in a form of correction and or punishment. I just don't know what it's going to be like. But regardless of what it's like, if you read Revelation, bad stuff happens. And apparently believers get some form of protection. To what degree, I don't know. And that's my concern. Now, my other concern is finding this back entrance to this hill thing. So I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to find it, and get back to you. See you soon. Alright, so it's only been like 5-10 minutes. Don't mind the light, it's just I'm in a shady part. Shadier. Make sure I'm recording. Yeah, we're recording. So I'm trying to find this section. It's like we'll say like a land bridge. We'll call it a land bridge. It's basically what it is. It's like a land bridge section that connects the small hill island that I was on before one time. Remember that one sermon I gave back here in the woods? Yeah, that's where I was. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to get back over there, except I want to find the back way because the main entrance that I use, the deer trail that leads right up the hill, well, having only one way in and one way out, it's kind of boring. I mean, I can still use it as it is, but kind of detracts from what I'd like it to be, you know. And what I'd like it to be is, you know, a hill with a land bridge leading to the main section, or main sections. So I always have that eureka feeling when I finally do find the back entrance. So here's where we are now, in a very obscure entrance to the to these main sections, which leads to the parking lot of the cemetery. It's like, how do you know that? All I see is weeds and stuff. Here, see the tree line? See that? Maybe you don't. I don't even see it. Not on the camera anyway. All I can see is a glare. So anyway, guys, this was supposed to be an entrance apparently, but it's very obscure. And it does lead to, well, you'll see. I'll see, that's why there's a lot of wrong section of it. It might be, yeah, I think that's part of it. So, no, not really, look. It doesn't go anywhere. Look at that. So, oddly enough though, guys, see, there you go right here. There's the parking lot. Oddly enough, I hate marked trails. I find them absolutely appallingly boring. Okay, now I gotta figure out where I am. Well, I know where we are. You guys probably can't see me, that all the glare is, you know, it's crazy. Alright, well, guys, we'll be into the main area in a moment. There's gonna be a nice shade, so you guys can see me, finally. I don't know if you can see me, but I can't see nothing on the screen. And outdoor mode is on. So it's just way too much glare. That's all it is. That's all there is to it. See, now I can start to see you guys. Or I should say I can see me. And you guys hopefully can see me too. So anyway, here's our normal entrance. Okay. We gotta kind of go to the that leads to the dirt bridge, and we're gonna go this way though, off to the side. Okay, which ultimately leads to a declined, like a hill that goes down to a little river valley section. Okay, and then a deer trail that leads up to this hilltop that I was trying to reach. I guess I'll take a couple minutes and try to look for the back entrance. Again, I should say, look for it again. But this time from the main, from the actual hilltop itself, you know. I figured I could find it just by going in the back way, but I wasn't able to. So there's a couple markers that you can look for back here, in case you're ever back in this area. Your first marker, if you enter in the way I entered into. And this is all off-trail crap. I mean, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, now it's PG rated. Sorry, kids. That was a mistake. I'm trying to keep this PG, or sorry, G rated. Your first thingy, your first piece of garbage. It's a rusted, I don't know, water tank. I'm not sure what that is. Then you go down the hill. Just go down the hill. So back to what I was muttering about before, guys. So if the end is next month, okay, which again, for those of you who know anything about the history of people making predictions about the return of Christ, they've all come and gone. Unless apparently you believe in the 70 AD concept, in which case that's cool. I don't, because I figure, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. I mean, yeah, in some aspects it does make sense, in other aspects it makes very little sense. But then an atheist would say, you don't make any sense, so who cares, right? Oh, I care. I care. Alright, so anyway, To each his own. To each his or her own. Second marker is a old rusty garbage can. One of the old-fashioned metal ones. And then here's the deer trail. Now this is semi-natural, semi-not natural. Not man-made anyway. I need a marker, so I'm gonna grab this here. Well, better yet, maybe that's a good marker as is. We'll need another marker for the top of the hill. I need to carve out some markings. I got a little pocket knife with me. I can make some markings on some trees. There's arrows and stuff. Lean forward. Watch your footing. Take it slow. Don't look back. Look gently forward. And here we are. Level ground. Okay. So what I'll do, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and make some quick marks on some of these trees with my pocket knife. Pause the recording, I'll be back. I've got to be out of here before sunset anyway, park rules, so I've got to hurry. See you soon. I think I found it. So I got on top of the hill. You guys saw me climb the silly deer trail, right? I marked some trees, not very heavily, just a little bit. Just enough to scratch the bark. And I found a section. Anyway, well, here we are. So we're still on top of this main hill, because I came from that direction basically. And we're on top of a hill. Okay. You can tell maybe because things they tend to taper off in that direction. And I remember this thing. Might have been like an old-timey oven, I think. But if you look, you go a couple feet in this direction. See that? See that dip? Yeah, that dip is actually part of a bigger gorge type of thing that actually goes further and deeper down in other directions. But if we go this way, see, now my memory is telling me I'm at least in the right area. Tapers across to a not so bad crossing. I just got to find the best place to cross. And here it is. Either here or there. And this looks familiar. This little twisty knobby thing. Those jars look familiar. People have tossed their garbage. I'm not sure why. They just toss their garbage in weird places. I think people tend to be pigs. Okay, so now I can get back to ranting and raving about stuff that I care about. You guys can get back to watching me scramble around in underbrush. Aha! Well then. And now we're on a marked trail. Well, that wasn't so bad. And yes, this is what I remember happening from before. From here we go and connect to the main trail, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna see if I can go back and replicate what I just did in reverse order. This should be fun. See, but I can't do it because I don't know where I can't see it. It's weird, you know, how we think we know things, and maybe we stumbled upon the answer once or twice, but then we can't seem to find our way back to to how we got to that point? Well, this is how that feels. Let me check the time. I've got less than an hour to get out of here. Probably all sorts of critters trying to bite me at this point. So let me flip the camera again. So guys, yeah, I want to be accurate, and I want everyone to have the proper takeaway. Okay? Not only do I believe in a place in the afterlife of correction and healing and restoration, but that same place, like a fire, is also a place of punishment of sorts. At least. Now the funny thing is, though, if you just go by what the Greek indicates in the New Testament, in Revelation, there is really no indication of any kind of severe afterlife penalty of sorts in like a fire. Okay. Now people will quote Lazarus and the rich man, and to those people I want to say, don't do that. It's a parable. But if you want to, then fine. Okay, people use that as a proof text. That's fine. But that place that the rich man goes to is never labeled as the lake of fire. So when people use the word hell, they use it interchangeably to indicate both the lake of fire and or some other place. Okay. Anyway, I've gone through that before. But my main point is this. When you start to hear about predictions like the ones I'm hearing about, lake of fire, eternal torment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And, basically, that's what happens, okay? You hear about some pretty scary stuff. Speaking of scary stuff, I've got like about 5 minutes to wrap this up. I also have to get back home soon because the park closes at dusk or whatever, and it's almost sunset right now. I've got pretty much about 30 minutes to an hour. But I don't want to cut it too close, you know. So anyway, I'm in the wrong section again. I want to try to redo the whole thing. Only this time I want to try to mark stuff a little bit more. I came back here with a pocket knife, and I mean to mark some trails. I'm going to pause again. See you soon. Weehaw. Alright, so I marked my trail. This is where it comes out, though, and somewhere in this, try to flip the camera, it comes out somewhere in this general direction. You might think it looks pretty obvious because that clearing there is where I have my stick marker as well, but the problem is it doesn't perfectly connect. It turns into like a bunch of intertangled twigs and branches and stuff. Basically growth And the difficulty is, if you go this way, you might believe you found the entrance, but you haven't. That's the deeper section. So in reality, to get to this point, I had to kind of duck down under some low-hanging stuff. And that wasn't fun. So, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't fun, you know? Kind of like a love-hate thing. I'm all covered in sweat and probably bugs now. But I had fun. Had an adventure. I feel like I've accomplished something, and that was the point. And now, to get out of here as fast as possible. So guys, generally speaking, getting back to why I've been not doing anything with my videos. I've been distracted. I've been hot and sweaty and tired because of the weather. Probably a little dehydrated. We could go out this way. We're not going to. We're going to go out the other way. We're going to go the long way, have a little bit of fun. If I hurry, I can get like a... I can get a ride out of here if I hurry. Or I can just walk out if I hurry. The problematic part is the walk home is at least 30 minutes. And it's going to be around 8:30 by the time I get back. That's going to be a little long. So I'm going to stick to the main trail and just book it. I can do that. No problem. Regrettably, marking the trails takes out a lot of the adventure, but the problematic thing is if I'm ever on top of that hill section and I'm a little pre-seizure-y, I'm going to start to get confused and disorientated. So I made myself markers for future safety. So just in case I'm back here and I'm half out of it, I need a marker. I need to be able to find the main trail. And now it's pretty well marked. At this point, I really couldn't lose my way around if I wanted to. Although the part that connects to this area, it does go through some low-hanging stuff, which is not really good. So here's a clearing. You can see the trail goes here. Nice big clearing. See the sunset back there. So I believe I'm going north right now. Not like it matters. Because offhand I don't know what direction the cemetery is. Although I just simply know to follow the trail. So I'm still not an expert at where I'm going yet, but that's okay. I gotta get home and get some lemon. Silly heartburn, you know? Hey, I hate heartburn. Alright, so 58 minutes. I've been back here for at least a good solid hour. And I've been outside in general for at least a good hour and a half. So I gotta get back now though. Gotta get back really badly. Because I'm sorry if I tilt the camera downward. I naturally do that as I walk. Because my hand's kind of resting. See the you probably don't see it. That's okay. Trail marker. So, guys, I want to, if and when I do share the gospel, if and when I do share my beliefs with you, I want to make sure that you get the correct takeaway. And on top of that, I sometimes wonder if I should err on the side of caution and paint the worst possible picture. Okay. You know, I wonder if I should do that and paint the worst possible picture ever and say, you know, turn or burn is accurate, so convert now or that's it. Now, do I believe that to be accurate? No, I don't. But at the same time, there's too many accounts out there of people having these really bad visions or really bad near-death experiences where it's basically like scared straight. Okay? Although I'd rather paint the portrait of a God who loves you unconditionally and is coming to collect you and will convince you that you need him and that you will want to be with him and that ultimately everyone will be with him. But I believe if anyone is going to be honest with themselves, okay, anyone that preaches, teaches, has, you know, some type of prophecy or whatever, the honest question should be the following: what if? What if you are wrong? Okay? And that, in my opinion, is the most honest position one can have. Okay, what if you're wrong? So, and I've covered this before, I think, from an atheist point of view. What if the atheist is wrong? Well, the atheist is in trouble, I suppose, no matter how you slice it. And what if I'm wrong? If I'm wrong, then I simply hope and pray that the God of the Bible, the God I believe in, the Lord Jesus Christ, will show me mercy and compassion with the understanding that my knowledge and insight and experience on this earth has been very limited. And it's not that I've spent, you know, half a lifetime or anything investigating this stuff, because I really haven't. You know, for the most part, I've enjoyed life. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy playing games, video games. I've enjoyed pretty girls on the internet. Yeah, okay, let's not lie about this. I'm not going to try to lie to anyone. Okay, that's who I am. All right. I've enjoyed spending time with my pets. I've enjoyed going on vacation to the Philippines to meet my current wife, and we're now separated from each other because of difficulties. Okay, legal circumstances, lack of money. I've led a life. Okay, preaching and teaching, and yes, sadly, God, have not been my life as they technically should have been as a Christian man. Okay? According to the Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament and Old Testament teachers and preachers and prophets dedicated their lives to the God they believed in. I have not. I have not. And if it all comes crashing down, we're out, by the way, see? Pavement. And if it all comes crashing down next month, I am in trouble. Let me quickly check to make sure we're still on recording. We are. And that's it. I'm going to wrap it up, guys, due to a perceived lack of time. Okay. because I hope you enjoyed the hike with me, and I hope you understand now why I've been kind of, you know, not online, not making videos. I've been sidetracked. I've been a little depressed, and I spent most of yesterday being kind of scared. I'm thinking, what if I've been wrong? And what if I've been lulling people into a false sense of security, a type of security that says, I don't have to come to Christ now. I can wait. Justin's telling me you can wait. No, I'm not saying you can wait. Okay? I'm saying come to Christ now. Give your life to Christ now. Change your mind about your bad behaviors now and realize that they're bad. Change your mind about God and Christ now. Realize that He exists, that He loves you, and that He sent Christ to die for you, to set you free from the power of sin, death, and Satan. And yes, if you want to think about it like a get out of jail free card or fire insurance, if that helps you, then think about it like that. If that would help, if that's what it takes for you to follow Him, then do what it takes and follow Christ now. Okay? I don't want anyone to think that I'm teaching that it's going to be an easy path no matter what happens to you, no matter what you choose. Okay? That's not the takeaway. That's never been the takeaway. Okay? There's a judgment, there's a correction, there's a punishment, and I believe, yes, after that, you're healed, made new, and brought to Christ. Okay? And that ultimately God will be all in all. But if it all ends next month, and if I'm wrong, may God have mercy on me. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, questions, comments, and constructive criticism down below. Don't ask me about Pirate's Life right now. I'm not sure when it's gonna be restarted or resumed. Sorry, just don't know. I'm still very sidetracked. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching. God bless you. See ya.